Amrindzen says hello.
Ah!
We're drawing creatures and plants that would be found in and around a magical academy. Magic bookworms in the libraries, lab creations in the science room, birds on the roof, and pets for the dorms. What's helpful to the magic students, what lives around naturally, and what pests are found. I'm basically making a living Roomba. So this thing naturally just scoots along. It has these fuzzy appendages all the way around. And these fuzzy appendages are constantly doing like a moving motion like this, kind of like a Roomba. And it will constantly like reach out. And so it's just constantly doing this motion. And this is how it moves too. And it just pushes it into its core, which has food like a mouth.
Do cat familiars like to sit on these Roomba things as they pass through the halls?
So this thing just kind of like scooches along and it's just like...
I like them. It's weird with their little eyes everywhere. It does kind of look like a clam. Clam wow. Based on the cleaning power of the sham wow. Clam wow.
Look at this guy's face. He's weird.
Why is he a little freak?
Because I was thinking he doesn't go in one direction. He spins.
It seems like the top of them is like harder. Sort of like...
It's so then he can't get squished.
And there's even little spikies to deter it even more. If you scratch him on the center, he chirps and happily turns around in circles until you stop scratching. They also eat people's belongings by accident sometimes.
What if sometimes they get stopped up and they just sit there and they're like... And so you have to like turn them over and then pull out anything that they might not supposed to be eating.
Yes.
So yeah, he can even have the like center part of the starfish. So then like it goes...
Oh, they have hairballs? Oh, that would be cute too. This is kind of like a living Roomba that kind of scoots around and eats things on the floor. This is what the underside of it is looking like.
I love the idea of them being a domesticated thing and not built. Because the idea of this like... wild and it normally just eats like maybe the leaves off of the ground or something like that. Like maybe it normally lives in areas where it can forage and just eat like fallen nuts, fruits, leaves and stuff like that. Like they're big on foraging. So they clean almost like they're milling and they're cleaning the forest floors naturally. But then they were domesticated at some point to then clean inside houses. And eat like random fallen food or dust and things like that. Drum roll. And spin. Oh, don't you dare.
Oh my god.
I'm drawing a dog.
Like we were just saying. Congratulations, demon. They're an extremely shaggy biome breed, and their fur is made from special paper wizards use for spell scrolls. Due to shedding, many wizards make sure to get them as a familiar. Some of their fur coils up, and in the dread-like coils, they resemble common spell scrolls and parchment. They naturally absorb magic. You could not get fire near them, because that would be bad for these little pups. Now, I think there was mention that they absorb magic. If it's more passively, do wizards ever worry about having them around areas
where they don't want to?
Yeah, because then they would just suck up all the magic.
They'd be really good if there was like something that was overflowing with magic that needed balancing.
Yeah, would wizards even want them around? Because they might be like trying to do a spell and then it like sputters out because the dog's like,
the dog's like, I'm a little pupper.
I got it. Maybe if they naturally grow spell scroll quantity materials quality, it's a common exercise for apprentices to inscribe scrolls of fire resistance on the pups to protect them. Oh, that's cute. Think about it like hunger. So they absorb magic when they're hungry. Puppies can't control their magic, so even a simple wagging of the tail can fire off a diminished spell. Wouldn't it make sense that they don't use spells themselves, more that they're repositories for them as well as a way of creating spell scrolls? You know when a dog is wet and it like shakes? It does that to try to shake one of its scrolls loose, because when they're detached, they activate. It doesn't know what spell it would be using. Certain ones that are being trained by wizards to be like, okay, so if it feels it's in danger, it just shakes it, and then eventually when one falls off, it could be a fireball, it could be Misty Step to get away, or any number of things.
Ready, spaghetti, and go.
Oh hey, Atari! Leather golem, a pile of leather scraps and belts and stuff that stands up and does whatever.
So I'm going to make it a quilt golem variant, but with leather. Which leather is normally like the hide of an animal that's been dried.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird that this thing makes a dried animal flesh
Yeah.
type material. So I guess it would
True.
be like pleather.
Pleather.
Because it'd be fake.
Pleather.
Leather.
Can I call it the pleather golem?
Pleather golem.
It can be formed from the leftover materials of mended uniforms and student gear. It's Reggie leather. Are they leather boots?
What if they're like leather boots?
Little leather boots. It is paid in buttons by the school as a member of the staff. That's amazing. It's like the little repair guys that walk around. The scrap eyebrows are adorable. Right? They are, because then they can probably like move and change up like that. I like his long flappy arms. I want to do a whip sleeve attack. Oh, like they just like... So should these be like button eyes? I guess it depends if there's like energy coming from in them, or like if it makes sense for them to have like literal eyes if they're all made of leather. Leather lad. I actually do like leather lad. That one's funny.
Leather lad is cute.
Yeah,
Go.
And they just get
I
missed.
liked just the
Oh, it's Sarah. For me, the fact that it has like the lights, I was thinking more like a long leg stork thing. I'm just picturing those animal keychains you squeeze and the eyes slide. Just don't squeeze this one. Well, unless it's okay with it. I guess. I don't know. It creates light. So maybe it's like, yeah, no, that's fine. What if the energy of youth is what gives them their light? They have a literal youthful glow.
The school could have rules against like not using them and staying up late and reading that you should read during the day.
Yeah.
And that if any students get caught reading them, because they leave little holes in the top of the pages from their claws. But the students love them because they're cute.
Now, what I was thinking could be cute is that their glowing eyes they have actually help them also attract little insects for them to eat. And like eat them as they get close, and so they like stay still for long periods of time.
I think the glow should be from something that they consume. I always like when things consume something, like a chemical from a creature that they eat or a plant that they consume.
I love that he's tiny but long legs. I love seeing this little guy run. I could say that young wizards have the innate magic but have not learned to put that magic into spells yet, which is why the birds can feed on it and turn it into light.
Fun. So they almost like absorb mana. The way that their feathers are around their face could be like those fibers that glow where like you run light through them. What if the feathers cause that? So then it's like this little glow from their head. I think it makes the most sense if they also eat bugs.
Yeah, I mean, they would probably need
for
multiple.
Why they have that.
Yeah, because it's like to attract. Otherwise, there'd be no reason for it. So they like to sit around, get comforted and petted by the students, which at the meantime, since the students aren't as good as controlling and regulating their mana, they are able to sort of like absorb it easier, and then they use that to produce light, and they steal the pages for the books, for like the wizarding books.
They're tiny bird dragons with their paper hoards. I love that so much. It makes me think of how pigeons are bad at making nests and they'll just grab random things. We've had this one. We had this one. We had this one. This is the one we were saying it would harass.
Yeah, probably.
And then this guy is where we started.
Aw, these were all so good today. Later, taters. You guys are the best. See
Later,
you.
taters.
Woo.